Even modern hardware, the hardware itself isn't auditable. I mean, how many features exist that...
Yeah, so, I've learned this lesson painfully over the years. So, the most important thing is abstraction layers, good clean boundaries, because we're not getting any smarter. I've said this many times. Like, humans think they're getting smarter or something. It's not true. We're not getting any smarter. We build more complicated things, but those complicated things need to be built out of components that somebody understands. And what happens a lot is you have a really great design, and then you add stuff to it for 10 years, and people come and go. And at some point, it starts to get fragile, and people say, wow, it's getting complicated. No, it just turned into a mess. Like, you didn't do the right thing. At some point, you should have stopped. You should put your pencils down, broke it into pieces, made sure each piece had an owner that understood it, and the interfaces between them had a human readable set of transactions that you can verify. And so hardware that's well designed is fairly predictable and understandable. Hardware that's been growing like a furball. There's a paper called Big Ball of Mud. I love it. Everybody should go Google Big Ball of Mud and look at the paper, because it's literally the definition of disaster for software, and hardware does the same thing.
I think that goes back to points you made previously about ripping everything up and starting again with a new baseline more frequently than people tend to want to do.
Yeah, I say 4 to 5 years. The right number is really 3 years, because it'll take you a year to get over the fact that you have to do it. Or
the year that you're still behind your previous design, yeah.
Yeah, you have to, if not redesign, refactor, and be willing to do that, because you will slowly get to a point where it's so complicated and fragile you can't touch it. And then what do you do? And then something goes wrong, and you literally create something you can't control. So back to the AI point, the weird thing about AI is you have a new model, you have a new data set, you have new, let's say, error functions, and you train it. You can regenerate what it does. The big language models, it's not reasonable, but most models in a reasonable amount of time, in a way that you could never regenerate your 5 million lines of C code, or all your RTL, or all your historical infrastructure. So AI is pointing to a future that actually moves faster, not slower. And Steve Jobs had a great quote about that. The future accelerates. So your future has to move faster. So you can't be in a situation where the more successful you are, the more legacy you have, the slower you move.